folks, welcome to the week 21 update of the Blue Guardian Challenge. We've got 4 traders taking on the challenge. You're going to hear from 3 of them today, including myself. And we've got Gentsla, who's already passed phase 1. He's into phase 2. He was in drawdown last week. Has he pulled himself out of it? That's coming up. We've got Haydos, who's on the London live streams pretty much every day of the week. So if you want to see some of these trades in real life action, then jump over there on the YouTube channel. You're going to find that out. We've got Zach, who missed out this week of trading. He's just started a new job, but he should be back again this coming week. Folks, remember you can save yourself 10% on Blue Guardian using coupon code TradingNut. It's a fantastic trading firm, so go and check it out. There's a link under the video here. Now, before we jump in, let's hear from these guys and then get on with the show. Our sponsor, Blue Guardian, is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation.
Hey guys, here's my breakdown for this week's performance on the Blue Guardian TradingNut Challenge. Let me just share my screen real quick. It wasn't the best week, unfortunately. We started off all right. Started off the week with a little win, going long, prices pushing bullish. We had clean traffic from up here. London Open came, took the trade, took buys, one trade, one and done. Started off the week nicely. Tuesday, we took a sell on this one when market opened, a little bearish candle. Just pre-London, they had a little zone under here on the lower time frame, so that was my target. Took the sell on the open. It was done in like about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And then price didn't take any of the buys. Just one trade again on this day. Wednesday was a good day. Took sells over here as well. No, sorry, I missed the sell. And then ended up taking a little loss actually. Yeah, I did get a sell. No, my mistake. Let me backtrack. What happened with this one? Took the buy pre-London. It was actually in this move. Took the buy up here and then missed the sells. But then I took a little loss on this account when prices just fell into this little ranging pattern. Thursday was a pretty busy day. I didn't get to trade much at all. So I missed all of these moves up. And then Friday, I got caught up and took 2 losses actually on this one. I had a little sell, but it was on my personal account from up here, pushing down. And then I got caught up in this range. It was very slow Friday. So it actually took 2 losses on this account, and I didn't get very good. I got slipped a little bit on the entry, and then just the spreads and the commission was a killer. So went backwards on the Friday, lost a good portion of the week's profit so far. Kind of just forcing the trade in here. Anyway, so here is where I'm sitting. Was pushing up pretty close. I was actually in profit for one of these other trades, which ended up being a loss on the Wednesday. I was nearly up 2% for the week. Sorry, for the challenge. And then you can see just went downhill towards the end of the week, just forcing these trades. So I think I started the week about 0.7%. So pretty much a flat week. I'm sitting 0.9% for the week. So next week's going to be a better week, I hope. And I'll see how we go. We'll be doing the streams on the channel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So hope you guys attend. And yes, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, let's dive into my trading week. So I'm going to show you my trades for the week. What I changed as well, and then at the very end we're going to go through my Blue Guardian dashboard. There's something a little bit interesting in there that you should be aware of yourselves, and also I'm going to tell you what I'm going to go ahead and do next week or this current week and how that's going to play out. So to start off with, this is my Asia session trades. So these are all on US dollar JPY. First trade of the week was okay. It was like a 1R, and I had a bit of a runner, and I got out. I think I probably made 1R at the end of that trade. So it was a good start. Then I had another trade the next day, which was, bearing in mind there's a London session going on in between these trades here. Okay, so these are only the Asia session trades. So the next one was a good 1R win, and then I had this big loss, which looks horrendous, but in fact that was on the high time frame strategy that I added in this week. So that was the first loss on that. Not a great start on that high time frame strategy. Then the next day was pretty horrific. Couple of bad losses. Really, I looked at what I did wrong, and I didn't do a lot wrong. I probably could have avoided one and got out a break even on the other. So it is what it is. And then the next one was a win. So I did trade a little bit later than normal, but I did get that win. So it was really only 1 hour loss there, which wasn't too bad in my eyes. Then the next day, a couple of break-evens, just got out of those trades. One would have actually gone on to be a win, so a bit gutted there. Then I had another good win here. Got out of that one too early. Again, you can see the issues coming in here. Break-even, which would have been, I think it would have been a win, that one as well. And then this one here was some random news that happened because I did decide to trade this pair in the London session because there was too much news coming up on Euro US dollar. Probably won't do that again. Probably just avoid Euro US dollar because some random stuff happened here where the same news must have impacted UJ for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but anyway, it kicked me out of the first trade, and at that point I jumped back to Euro US dollar and started trading that again for that day. What else we got here? There was no trades on Friday because I ended up playing golf. I had a weekend away with the guys, so I didn't trade on Friday, which was pretty good because it was NFP. Right, let's jump into Euro US dollar. So to start the week off, so even though I had a good Asia session, the Euro London session wasn't great. I just missed so many trades I should have taken. I pulled out of a couple and they went on to be great winners. Then this one here I got stopped out like by I think it was 0.1 of a pip when I looked. And the stop loss you can see here was only 1.9 pips. So tight stop, and it would have gone on to be a massive, massive winner. And I'll tell you how this is going to impact stuff going forward. Then I got on to this one. Once again, I kind of freaked out. It wasn't doing what I thought it would do, and I got out fairly quickly. It was getting a little bit late in the day for me as well, so I thought, okay, I'll just close this trade and end the session and going, okay, well, I had a loss. I had another loss, and this one here didn't really cover them, but I was pretty much down for the week at that point and not feeling great. Had I held this one, had that one not got stopped out by a micro pip, we would have had a great run here. Albeit I couldn't have held it because it would have come back and stopped me out during the course of the overnight session. Right, now let's have a look at the next day. Starting to get a bit more momentum here. More than a 1R on this. Took off most of the position here. Let the other one run. Would have taken me out overnight. And it came out break even. So yeah, I could have probably actually been up pretty good on the account if I got out down the bottom, but I wasn't awake, and I can't really manage that trade any other way. So I kind of need to come up with a solution there, which I think I may have, and you're going to find out what that is at the end of the show, in my talk here. Now this one, another good one there, just to start off that I think it must have been Thursday at that point, and then did we take any other trades? I think Friday came. Yeah, this was NFP. No trades on the Friday. Now, the higher time frame strategy, we had two other trades on that. US dollar CAD, which was a good win. And then GBP JPY, which was, I got out at the end of the week. So you can see here it's already gapped down just slightly. And, so I didn't want to stay here for a big gap down. In fact, what was the gap down on that? 31 pips. So, yeah, I've got out of that early at a 0.7R. Now, there was one odd thing with this high time frame was the loss that I had on UJ, I was actually risking, instead of 0.2 of the account, I was risking 0.1 on these trades. But UJ, for whatever reason, I forgot that I was doing that, and I risked 0.2. And that was a bigger loss than these two wins. So overall, it's basically a break-even minus commission. Let's dive in and have a look at that Blue Guardian dashboard. Now, I started the week off, where was it? Here at 98,460. And we can see that I have actually grown it to 98.8. So it was a small one, 98.812. It did get down the slow. Now, the interesting thing here, which I'm going to tell you about, is that my last week's end of week balance was minus 2.9, and now it's at minus 2.0. 3.2. So why is it lower and this is higher? Now, it's because, as I've mentioned before, this doesn't take into consideration the commissions, which when you're trading the lower time frames and you get a few losses, they can start adding up if your stops are tight and you're doing a percentage based entry. So that's the impact for me. How I'm going to fix that going forward is I've looked at the stats around what's gone on and had a look at where price has gone. What if I changed the approach a little bit? And I discovered that if I changed the approach a little bit, I would have been able to hold these trades a lot longer, not exit partials, and get out at a higher R with a higher losing rate, albeit a higher losing rate, but the R would be better. So overall, I'd be hopefully increasing this, and I would have been able to take 18R out of the market with that lower time frame strategy only. So I'm going to set myself a challenge of accepting the loss and taking a higher 5R, in fact, trade. I could do 10, but there would be a lot more losses, and the commission, I think, would eat into it quite a bit. So 5 looked like it would work. I'm going to go with a 5 fixed R5 target, and it means I can hold those longer trades that did come back and break me out for break even. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this week, folks. This is my update. Let's see how I get on. Hopefully we can see this thing break that equity high and this thing can actually increase. All right, guys, we'll see you next week with my update. Oh, and before we do dive into the next trader, I did want to say that there's some possible option here for me to add in this EA that we created as part of the Robot Builders Club. So it's done all right for we've only been running it since the 24th of October. So it's been running for just under 2 weeks, and it's already grown the account by 2.4%. It's trading fairly frequently. I mean, there's some good stats here. Profit factor 1.65. Win rate is 50%. And it's, the back tests look kind of good. So I just want to see how it goes. If we can get up to that 10% mark, then I might consider jumping on the challenge or another challenge in the future. So stay tuned for this. We'll give you updates, and you can actually go and find this link in the description. All right, folks, let's dive into the next trader now.
Hi everyone, Gentsla back with another weekly recap on basically what happened with our Blue Guardian challenge. Alright, so last week we ended the week pretty dismally. We were on like minus 4.5%. It wasn't the best, but things happen, and some weeks are just disastrous. This week we have kind of made our way back, and you'll see what I mean right now. With all of this being said, I just want to say again, thank you to Blue Guardian and Trading Nut for this very wonderful opportunity to present how I trade to you guys, and just make sure that we keep on going. Okay, so let's get straight into the challenge. So here we are. As we can see, the previous week, that week there, we just dropped an immense amount, and I had to have a big rethink of what I'm doing. Now I realized daylight savings was a thing. It is a thing. It'll always be a thing. But there I was just doing my thing. And unfortunately, what happened was we actually did a little bit of a drop as well. So we were actually down 5%, but then we came back up. Then we went to 101,993. This is quite a big trade. I was looking more on the macro level and entering with how I trade. And then we took a little bit of hits and we come back up, and now we're at 0.5% in profit. So overall, last week was a good week. We made a gain of 5.5%, which is great. Hopefully this week we can, well, we'll see. Let's get into the trade. Basically, is just one trade basically that I want to show you. So getting into it, the previous days on the 1 minute, we're just building up. It wasn't respecting any of this downside at all, and just built up. We had the Hong Kong gap in place, where after London opened, it continued going higher. Then in New York, what we saw, and I'll put this onto a larger time frame, let's go the 1 hour quick. What we saw was that price was building up. Now, where is price going to? That's the question. So if we look back over here, right over there, there is a wonderful gap over here. Now, if I add, let me just take these two away and just add my indicator quickly. So if I add my indicator quickly to this, okay, what we have is we have the server fixed time, server fixed time, but it's server time, and we'll come straight into over here. And from that place, I saw on the 1 minute that price had a massive reaction. And from that reaction, what we had was came down. We have left liquidity over here, this range that needs to be filled. So then kind of comes in, fills it. There is no shift until we have this. That for me is the shift. Okay. From that shift, I have my fair value gap in price. And what I'm looking for is sell side. So then price comes up. My stops are just a little bit above this high in case they want to come back and snipe it. And again, if they want to push it, then I'm wrong. But that didn't happen on this day. And then price went down. And then from this candle, this 8:30 opening, it was a massive rip. That was literally in 1 minute, just went bang. And I was like, it's got this whole day that needs to build up. That's what my poo one is for. So if I see this, for me, that's just a build-up, a complete build-up of liquidity that hasn't been taken yet. And so I see that, I'm like, oh, there's these points over here, and then we have underneath here, we have underneath here, we have underneath here, we have underneath here, all these different places in price. And of course, if we add on to that the liquidity times as well, what you'll see is that after Asia gets taken over here, we come up here from that big point in price on the higher time frame, and then slaps down and then continues going, and that was the trade. That was quite a nice trade. I'm not gonna lie, it was quite a big one. And it was nice, and it was quite fast as well. The only time I was kind of sweating a little bit was when it was up here in the New York AM at around 7. Well, it's not 7, it was 8:15, because right now daylight savings has kicked in, so everything is shifted by 1 hour. Be conscious of that. And then we've gone down, and yeah, then it built up for the rest of the days. Where, as you can see, Hong Kong gap after these times over here, price comes in, massive Hong Kong gap. Now this is where I actually took a little bit of a loss in the week. I took a tiny bit of a loss because I was expecting price from up here to come down further into this range, and it didn't. So I kind of got it out over here, and then we had the rest of the week. So with that being said, we are almost there, just 3.5% more to go. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful week. Trade safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye everyone.
Folks, Black Bull Markets have 10 merch packs to give away to clients who sign up before the end of the year, including one of these trader keys. So to go in the draw, all you need to do is sign up with the link below this video or in the podcast description, and you'll go in the draw to win. It's that simple. And remember, folks, when you sign up to Black Bull Markets through the Trading Nut link below, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. All you need to do is click the link in the description below the video or the podcast.